Man, I sure do love that mid 2000s GameCube game where you play as a monkey with really good music. No, not Donkey Konga, Super Monkey Ball! Super Monkey Ball. Developed by Amusement Vision and produced by Sega, this game has you in a ball and you're a monkey. You have to tilt the course to guide you towards the goal. It's very simple, but there's a lot of interesting things you could do with each level. However, we're talking about Super Monkey Ball 2, not the first one. But here's why. It's much better. The original Super Monkey Ball had its flaws. Lots and lots of flaws. But the second one improves on almost all of them, making it the perfect Super Monkey Ball game. Better than the new ones, better than the mobile ports, better than the DS one. This one is the best Super Monkey Ball, Super Monkey Ball 2. Super Monkey Ball 2, of course the sequel to the original Super Monkey Ball, was released in 2002 and, as said before, developed by Amusement Vision and produced by Sega. And it has over 100 levels. The game has a story mode, which we're going to go over the actual story of at the end. But the story mode consists of 10 worlds, each with 10 levels. So, let's go through those, and as I said before, at the very end we'll go through the actual story itself. These levels are Jungle Island, which of course is a very grassy, kind of jungly theme as the name implies. Volcanic Magma, which takes place inside a volcano, so it's all very kind of red and orange. Under the Ocean, which is water themed, so obviously it's blue. Inside a Whale, which is city themed, because that's what's inside whales. Amusement Park, which is very pink and kind of light red color, which I guess light red is technically just pink, but it's very fun, it's very colorful, very pretty. Then you have the boiling pot. You're in a boiling pot. Pretty self-explanatory, and then you move on to the washing machine. I promise you, this will make more sense once we go through the story. Anyways, after the bubbly washing machine, you move on to the Clock Tower Factory. It's a clock tower and a factory, multi-purpose thing. Then you move on to the Space Colony. Again, it'll make more sense at the end, just trust me. Space Colony is really cool, it's kind of futuristic, but not as futuristic as the final world, Dr. Bad Boon's base. Again, give me 10 more seconds, then I'll tell you all about who this guy is. And those are the levels from the story mode. Overall, they have a wide variety of not only themes, colors, but also the great music that is in Monkey Ball. Okay. So we're going to go over the entire story in less than 5 minutes. Basically, there's this evil scientist named Dr. Bad Boon, and he's stealing all the bananas. And he's the one who made the mazes. So they have to go get all the bananas back, right? But he wants to marry Mimi, the girl monkey. So then, since she doesn't want to marry him, he puts a bomb in a volcano to blow up their home island, obviously. But then Gon Gon punches the bomb into his blimp, making the blimp crash into the ocean. Alright? Pretty simple. But then, he's hiding in a pirate ship, and then they find him, and then he swims up, right? But then, the monkeys are like, we caught you. And then there's a whale behind them, and the whale eats them, right? Okay, got it, right? So whale eats them. They're in the island. They all want to get out. And then, they all do. Pretty much. Oh, sorry. The whale then spits them out. Or, sorry, shoots them out. And then Dr. Bad Boon has a helicopter. and the helicopter takes them to the carnival, because that's where helicopters take you, and then they go up to a creepy clock tower, right? And inside the clock tower, Dr. Baboon is making robot eyes, which are evil, right? So then Dr. Baboon shrinks them down, and then he sneezes them into a stew. Again, I did say that this story would make more sense. However, he then does his laundry and then gets into a tub, and then they fly into his clothes and then tickle him, and then he shoots him big again. This story doesn't make much sense now that I think about it, really. So yeah, anyways, evil monkey eyes, right? And then they get exploded. And then Dr. Baboon goes to space. And then once he is in space, he wants to shoot a big beam to destroy the island, which is bad. So like they have to go in, and Gongon yet again punches the beam so the beam doesn't go. And then they land, and then Dr. Baboon gives up. And that is the end of the story. However, multiple times throughout the story, they chant E-E-Poo in a magical girl transformation setting. Magical spell is E-E-Poo. Why are they screaming about E-E-Poo? I'm sorry. Sometimes I just get a little upset when there's weird little monkeys dancing around singing about poo. Okay, before we get into what I think about the game, we just have something else that we need to go over really quick. The secondary main mode of the game, which is broken up into 4 difficulties. You have beginner, advanced, expert, and master, in that order. Master only unlocks after you've completed the other 3 flawlessly. Beginner has 10 levels, advanced has 30, expert has 50, and master only has 10, because those 10 levels are the hardest levels in the entire game. So, we've talked about the story mode, the other options, the story itself, but what do I think about Super Monkey Ball 2? Overall, I think it deserves the respect it gets as being one of the best, not only GameCube, but Sega games ever made. The concept is so unique, the execution is spot on, and it has a perfect blend of not only challenging levels, but a rewarding play style that's just so fun to learn, conquer, and master. And that was Super Monkey Ball 2. Overall, the game's really fun, with lots of challenges and some of the hardest levels that have ever been put in video games. You think Crash Bandicoot is hard? You think Dark Souls is hard? This is Monkey Dark Souls. This game is too hard. Too hard. Make it easier. Not that easy, but easier. Anyways, I better get out of here. And as we all know, when I end a video, I have to do the Noah's Game Review Magical Transformation Dance, so, might as well do that, huh?